Alright, for this next one you are going to be making or building a tire, which is a little bit more tricky than what we've been doing. So the first thing we want to do is create the base of our tire, which is obviously just a circle. So I'm going to hold Shift and Control, or I'm sorry, Shift and Alt to create my wheel. And let's make that black. I'm going to go Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Front using the selection tool, and I'm going to reduce this down. Let's make that white. Alright. Then let's start making kind of the inside part over here. So I'm going to go Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Front. And I'm going to reduce this down. We'll make that black. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to do it one more time. Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Front. Take that down. And let's make that white. Alright. So, from here, what we are going to do is start making the spokes of our tire. So, I'm going to zoom back in. Oops, don't want to do that. Using the space bar, I can click and drag and move. Okay, so from here I can use the line tool, I can use the rectangle tool, I can use the pen tool to do what I'm about to do. So I'm going to use a line tool, it's just easier. So somewhere on the black I'm going to click, hold Shift, and drag up to the top of my tire. I'm going to give it a weight of 3 and change it to black. Okay. From here, I'm going to leave it selected using this. Using the selection tool. It's selected, and I'm going to use the rotate tool. And once I use the rotate tool, I'm going to come over and find the center, and I'm going to hold Alt. Holding Alt, I'm going to click the center, and you'll have this dialog box that pops up. So from here, you want to see the preview. Okay, and I'm going to change this to 5 and hit copy. Okay, now from here it's still selected. I'm going to hold Control and I'm going to hit D. Control D is going to keep creating the spokes of your wheel. Now, in my opinion, these are too close together, so I'm going to go Edit, Undo by doing Control Z, and I'm going to start this process over. Okay, I want them to be more spread out. So again, it's selected here. My rotate tool is still on, and I want to stay in the center, so I hold Alt and click the center. Right, and let's choose maybe 10, and that looks pretty good. And we'll hit copy. Alright, it's still selected. I'm going to hold Control D, and I'm just going to keep going all the way around. So that's not bad. Okay, that's the rotate tool. It's starting to look like a tire. Okay, so from here, we're going to do the rotate tool one more time. So I'm going to click this circle right here, and I'll come over and I'm going to use another circle or the ellipse tool. Where the anchor is, I'm going to hold Shift and Alt to make a small little circle, and I'm going to change it to white. Okay. So with that selected, I'm going to use the rotate tool again. Go over here to the rotate tool, find the center, hold Alt, and let's change this to 3. That looks like it might work. So let's hit copy. Actually, let's try that again. Let's go Edit, Undo. Hold Alt, click in the center. Let's try 4. Copy. Yeah, I think that might work better. And then I'm gonna, with it still selected, I'm gonna hold Control D. Just keep pressing Control D all the way to get back to the beginning. Okay. Now here is my tire, but I'm not completely done. Okay. If you notice, I got to give it a background. So to give it a background, I go and use my rectangle tool, click and drag. Let's give it the color blue. I'm going to go Object, Arrange, Send to Back. Now you notice why it isn't exactly correct yet. So I have to make some changes, and in order to do that, I'm going to hold Control plus, and I'm going to use the selection tool to change some of these things. So with the selection tool, I'm going to click the black and I'm going to click the white. So let's use Pathfinder. Oops. And let's do minus front. Okay. So that works. With this, let's change that to gray. Let's make it a dark gray. Oops. One thing you want to do is lock your background. So I'm going to click the blue, Object, Lock, Selection. Okay. So now, the next thing I want to do, let's change this to a light gray. Okay. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Okay. And now I'm going to do something kind of tricky. I don't have anything selected. I'm going to select the black tire, and I'm going to go Object, or actually I'm going to go Select, Same, Fill Color. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to go Select, Same, Fill and actually, we're going to go in here and we're going to click each spoke. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Alright. Now there's a step that I kind of missed while doing this, which is I'm paying for it now. I should have changed the stroke or this path to a shape. So let's do that now. I'm going to go Object, Path, because a path is a line, and we want it to be more of a shape. So we're going to go Outline, Stroke. So these are all really thin rectangles rather than paths. Okay. So now with this, let's give it that dark gray color, the same one that's in the middle. And then I'm also going to go Object, Arrange, Send to Back. Now it's behind the blue. I need to bring it forward one more time. Object, Arrange, Bring Forward. Okay. So now I'm starting to create the bike wheel. Right now we have to figure out what to do with these white circles. It's very easy. So I'm going to click one. I'm going to go Select, Same, Fill Color. So now they're all selected. I don't have to go in and select each one individually. So they're all selected. Let's go Object Group. Alright. Then I'm going to hold Shift and select the black, and we can use Pathfinder, do minus front. Alright, there is my bike wheel. Let's give it a little bit more character. Going to the ellipse tool. Okay. Find the center, hold Shift and Alt. Alright, let's switch that, and let's give it white, and let's take the stroke all the way up. So now we're messing around with the stroke. Let's give it a stroke of 5. And from here, I want to go Object. I don't want to leave it as a path. I want to leave it as a shape. So select Object, Path, Outline, Stroke. So now it's a shape. Alright. And there is my bike wheel.